welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Some exciting things have happened since I filmed my last artist diary video, so let's get into it. Also, I want to say I'm determined to stay this distance away from the camera. I don't know what happened last week, but throughout the video, if you watch it, I just get closer and closer to the camera, and then at the end, I'm like, stop it. So yeah, I'm gonna try my best to stay this far away and not creep any closer because it was kind of scary. So updates. Firstly, I had a TikTok go viral earlier this week. It was a clip of me giving a tip on how to spot AI generated crochet images pulled from my video from last week. Also, if you haven't watched that video yet, you should definitely go check it out. In my opinion, at least, it's by far the best video that I've put out so far, and I'm just really proud of it. So go watch it if you're interested in learning about AI crochet. And yes, unfortunately, that exists now. In the video, I talk about AI art. I follow some AI generated crochet patterns, which is very interesting. And then at the end, I give some tips about how to tell if a picture of crochet is AI generated. Also, I just want to say that even if the tips seem obvious to some people, based on what I've seen online, there are still plenty of people getting fooled by AI generated crochet content. So there's no shame in finding those tips helpful. Anyways, I posted the video on TikTok, really not expecting anything. I'm not as active on TikTok as I am on Instagram, and I don't have much of a following on there. My TikToks get anywhere between 100 and 4,000 views, so I figured that this post would probably perform about the same. Right after posting, the engagement was about the same as usual, so I just left it alone for a while. And then when I came back to it a couple hours later, I could not believe what I was seeing. It already had like 10,000 views and I was just getting spammed with notifications. I was so happy. Now that it's all settled down, it's sitting at about 260,000 views and about 38,000 likes, which is by far my best performing post of all time. I was just overjoyed because I've been working and waiting for a post of mine to catch. I didn't even care what platform it was on. I just wanted my work to be seen, you know? One thing I should have expected but wasn't fully prepared for was the comment section. I was actually pleased to see that the majority of the comments were contributing to the conversation about AI crochet content. Some people were offering their own tips about how to spot AI crochet. Others were sharing about their own experiences with getting scammed. But then there was a surprising number of comments that were essentially accusing me of being AI. Not gonna lie, I had a good laugh reading through these, but deep down, they definitely made me feel some type of way about myself. Since none of my posts have gone viral like this, I've never really had to deal with random commenters. Going forward, I definitely want to work on not taking things so personally, and that extends beyond the comment section. For example, whenever I have a post that does really poorly, I tend to take it really personally. It triggers a lot of self-doubt and just generally makes me feel like, what am I even doing online? I think as an artist who relies on social media for exposure, it's important to celebrate when a post performs well, but it's just as important to celebrate the non-analytic related victories. Things like finishing a new project or coming up with a fun new idea, those are the things that I want to celebrate just as much. But like I said, I was just so happy to have a post do so well, especially one that was about a topic that I'm very passionate about. I think this was implied throughout my most recent YouTube video, but I think that the best way to combat the presence of AI in creative spaces is through education and productive discourse. In the future, I definitely want to talk more about crochet and AI, So let me know in the comments if you have any crochet AI posts or accounts or even Etsy shops that you want me to talk about. Secondly, I have been working on a very exciting project. One second. Here she is. So, backstory. I got this yarn when I was in Italy about 2 years ago now. It's called Gomitolo Ida by Lana Grossa. It's since been discontinued, so I've been saving it for something big, something special. I just haven't had any good ideas that I felt were worthy of using the yarn. But then earlier this week, I had the idea of making a romper. I'm really excited about it because it's a design that I've never really seen before. I was originally thinking of making a lounge set with like a tank top and shorts, but then I had the idea like, what if I just did a provisional cast on and connected the two pieces? It was my first time ever doing a provisional cast on, and my heart was racing when I was undoing it because I was so worried that as soon as I pulled out that cast on, all of the stitches would come loose because I didn't join them correctly or something. But look at how good it turned out. Like, seam, don't know her. Also, I just want to take a second to appreciate the beautiful gradients and yarn colors, and I'm just so sad that this yarn has been discontinued because I have been looking everywhere online and I have not been able to find another variegated yarn with a similar color scheme. If you have any suggestions, please let me know because this is my absolute favorite type of yarn to work with, and like I said, I've just been having a hard time finding similar ones. Also, I want to show you what I was writing down while I was working on this pattern because it is the work of a crazy person. Sorry, it's backwards. My camera is reversed. Okay. Sorry. I'm in the process of translating that horrible mess into a usable, readable pattern. I am planning on doing a pattern test. I have made some posts on Instagram that have been doing pretty well, and it seems like a lot of people are interested in my design, which again, I'm so thrilled about. This is actually going to be my second pattern test ever. My first pattern test was about a year ago, and it was for this top. Even though it's been a while and I don't have a lot of experience with it, I'm excited to work with some new pattern testers to help me get my pattern perfect. Also, isn't it amazing that there are just people out there who volunteer to pattern test for designers? I just feel so lucky that there are people who are interested enough in my designs to actually take the time to make them and help me correct my mistakes in the pattern. Overall, I've just had a really good couple of weeks, so I'm hoping that I can ride this momentum going forward and hopefully get this pattern out within the next month or so. This whole piece took me about 3 days to finish, but that's because as soon as I had the idea, I was just like, I need to make this right now. And obviously, I'm not expecting my pattern testers to be as hyper fixated on my design as I was. So hopefully the pattern will be out somewhat soon. In the meantime, I'll definitely keep posting free video tutorials on YouTube. I've had a lot of fun making those. If there's any of my designs that you would like to see a tutorial for, please feel free to let me know. I'm sorry to say, but I probably won't be making a free video tutorial for this design, at least anytime soon. I am trying to make it as a full-time artist, and selling patterns is probably the best way for knitters to make money. But for the majority of my designs that I post on Instagram and stuff, I'm happy to make a free video tutorial for you. Those are really the only interesting updates that I have to share, but it just felt good to get it out there. Please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more knitting and yarn related content. I post new videos every Friday. Leave a like if you enjoyed watching, and consider looking at my socials if you're interested in seeing more of my work. Also, I'm so proud of myself. I stayed the same distance away from the camera the whole time. For reference, here's how close I was at the end of my last video. I think you can tell by how much I was smiling throughout this video, but I've just been loving my time getting to be immersed in my art and in my craft. I am just appreciating every second that I have doing my art, and I'm so happy to have you along for the ride. That's all for today. I love you. Bye.